dreams, left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Miller, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this.
Hello, good morning, y'all. Well, it's the morning after the storm. Well, it ended up raining for a couple more hours last night, so let me show you the big pond here. Well, we'll call it the big pond for now until the other one's done, but I'd say she's about full. And the one over there where we're going to put the ducks and the geese, there, that one's full to the point that the trench is even full. It couldn't fill up anymore. So, but it's bright and early. It's about 55 degrees out here this morning. And we're just waiting on Sean to get motivated so we can get over there and get that tree out of the road and see if we can't, so he can get to work basically. Right now they can't get out of their driveway, they can't get out of off the Gemstead back here at all. There's nowhere to go. That tree is blocking all the road and everything. And the poor carport. Yeah, I was really looking forward to putting the truck underneath there, but you know, 78-mile-an-hour wind. I'm lucky the building is still standing. I mean, we got trees down everywhere. If they can take out that giant tree like that, this had no chance. So I'm gonna see what I can do about trying to get it back up there and make something happen with it. I don't care, whatever I gotta do. But man, I really wanted to have that thing up and working so I could get the truck in there and start working on the truck, but it is what it is, y'all. So, you know, I was even watching Fox Weather and they were saying this is just unprecedented weather that we've been having. Like, this is crazy. Like, so the way I see it is if our first year here we're getting hit with the worst, that means we've got a long time to go without getting hit anymore, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. You know, we get to find out exactly what all it can take and what it can't take and stuff like that. So it is what it is. So we got Bertha fired up and she's warming up right now, trying to get the windows unfogged. Got the heater blasting in there. But like I said, it is pretty nippy out here this morning. I mean, it's not cold, but it's just nippy. You know, for us Floridians anyway, and new Arkansans, it's a little nippy. So we're gonna get up in here, we're gonna get over here and make something happen for this. So I'll bring you back here in just a short. Mary has to go and go get some groceries and stuff like that for the house. Looks like the chickens did fine over there. They did all that, but me and Sean just gonna be videoing by ourselves. Because like I said, we figured this would be a perfect time to go get dog food and get groceries for us. Dog food and Gemstead food. So anyway, I'll be back in just a short, all right? Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like from the backhoe's view. And we're going to see if we can't make something happen with it here, y'all. So, alright, well, front bucket wasn't working too well. All I'm trying to do right now is just move enough stuff out of the way so that we can get in here with a saw and start cutting it up without anybody getting hurt, and then I'll just move it out of the way with the backhoe. But right now, this is what we got going on. There's Sean coming out this morning. So I'm going to try and just get some of this stuff moved out of the way here. And let him do his thing so nobody's going to get hurt with a saw. That's the whole point. There's nobody getting hurt with this. Alright, so let's see what we can get done. Alright, well, we were able to move it out a little bit. But, you know, this dog here is stuffed probably 3 or 4 feet in the ground because even the backhoe wouldn't pull it out. So I'm going to have to work it. You can see I've got it worked loose quite a bit already, but I'm probably going to have to work it and put a strap on it to get it up out of there.
Yeah, it's like speared right into the ground.
But look, y'all, let me give you an idea how big this thing is. Me standing up here next to it. Okay, and this is just one of the limbs off of it. So you can imagine what this is down here. I mean, this thing is just massively huge. I mean, that tree there is probably, I'm going to say 12, 13 feet around, easy. And then we still got to get to all that up in there just so he can get out of the driveway. So I'm going to go get my saw, and we're going to see what we can't get down here, all right? We'll be back. You know, as big as them trees were, I thought it was going to take us a lot longer, y'all. But look, we got her done pretty fast. Now this one, I can pick it up to a point, but it's really hard to maneuver, and it's just super, super heavy. And it's kind of buried in the mud a little bit too, so we weren't even going to mess with it. It's out of the road for right now. Wait till things dry up and we'll get in here and move it around and cut it up. And then we still got all that back there we can cut up later on. But for right now, everything's pretty much safe. We do need to get up there and take the rest of that out, because now that we know that it's so fragile, that's liable just to come down right there.
Yeah, that big one on the bottom.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
All of it, yeah. So that's probably something we're going to do here in the near future. Probably just get Bertha in behind it, start pushing on it, and just start cutting it from the back side and let the whole thing fall down and get it out of here. Because it's just going to be, that's a monster tree, and that's going to take a bunch of cuts with these 20-inch saws to get through it. So figure it's got all the weight on this side anyway, so it shouldn't take too much if we cut it right and let her fall. So anyway, one disaster down. Let's work on the rest of them. We'll be back. Well, good morning, y'all. Well, today we got our brackets. You know, since it's been rained all day yesterday pretty much, I didn't really get a chance to record much. You know, I just kind of did what y'all told me, take a break, relax. So that's what I did yesterday, just relaxed. Took me a chill pill to sit around, watch some movies, and relax. So today, it's got to get back to it. So got these right here, and these I got to put my weather station up a little higher. I've got one here, and I've got another one over there that we're going to get up kind of high, and we're going to install the cameras. We got a camera system that's solar now, so now we can get one up pretty high on the pole out here, on this pole. And we're probably going to put one each on there. One pointing down there towards David's, and one pointing over this way, so we can see everything. Even though they're on a remote and you can turn the cameras and all that, I still like one just steady pointing. So, and the nice thing about it is they're solar. So we're probably going to put another one out there by the chickens, so we can watch the chickens as well and make sure there ain't nothing getting up in there. All right, so let's see if we can get busy. We'll be back. All right, y'all, so we're going to be setting up our cameras, and obviously we can't show you all the cool spots they're going to be in, because that would be a security risk and not the point of having cameras now, would it? But we will show you one, and we'll show you how it all works and how we set it up. How about that? Because this one here, we know everybody's going to see it, okay? So we'll be back. Mm. Got to make them point south so we can be in the south, you know. All right. One solar panel going up. So, just so y'all know, these solar panels, these cameras are very easy to install. Hooking them all up, the process was like in minutes, literally minutes. I know this is no kind of paid promotion, just somebody gave us a bunch of cameras and we're hooking them up. Because, you know, we've already got a big camera system already, but none of them are wireless. And as you can see, trying to get a camera way up here, wired in, an outlet and all that kind of stuff would be almost impossible. But I was gonna do it. You know why? Because I ain't scared. And there is one advantage to these cameras, is like if you already have a computer or some way to store them, store the video, you can do it. You have options. You don't have to just have, you don't have to have just the DVR or buy a DVR for it. You can set up storage, micro SD. HDD, the whole 9 yards. Or you can just hook them up to your computer. You can hardwire them. So you have options on how you're going to store these, or where you're going to put your solar power at. Like a lot of the cameras I've seen online, you know, the solar panel mounted right up on top of it. These actually have a pretty long cable to take care of that for you. All right, so now let's go in and check it out, see what it says. All right, so we got one going. Let me show you the view on that one. Look at that. So now we get a little mountain view of magazine out there now with that one. So Mary's going out to set up a couple of more out by the chickens right now, and I'm sitting in here waiting to, I haven't connected to the phone yet, so it's giving me issues, and you all know I'm not techie, but I probably just entered the wrong password or something, something stupid like that, because I think that's what it keeps telling me. Anyway, so I'm just waiting on Mary to get out there now and set one of the cameras up there by the tent and the chickens so that we can watch out there, and we're going to see how far it goes. So I'll be back. All right, y'all. Well, got the wiring done on the AC today. We got us a few cameras set up. So as you can see, the AC, it's a little too much of a slant for me, for my taste. It really needs to be up a little bit more. So I am going to make some wedges, and I'm going to put them up underneath there and tilt it up just a little bit. But it is working great. It is keeping the barn nice and cool. It was 86 degrees in there a little while ago because of the sun beating on the side of the barn. And it's already down to 79 degrees. So it's keeping it nice and comfortable in there, which is beautiful. So thank you. Our cameras are working great. So I'm going to have to get out here and check some of that out. Everything's drying out pretty fast out here, so that's nice. So I am going to go out here and turn the pump off real fast because I've got the pump on the other pond out here, the duck pond. And also going to show you a little bit about what I decided on the carport. So let me show you here so you can see. This one's bent right here, and it's bent down just this side, y'all. So, and this one's bent right here. So I'll need this one and this one, and basically the 3 down through there, and I should be able to stand it back up. So, and I might even need a little one in the middle on the back there, one of these little ones right here in the back. But I've got bed frame, and bed frame, for those of you that don't know, bed frame is rolled cold steel. So it's heated and cooled really fast as it's being made. So that makes it extremely strong. And if you've ever tried to cut or weld bed frame, you'll know what I'm talking about, how strong that steel is. It gives it flexibility, but yet super strong. I really don't know what it's made out of, but I know I love the stuff. I build all kinds of stuff with that stuff. So if you want to practice welding and tinkering, building stuff, get you some bed frame. It's great. Stuff works absolutely great. All right, let me get out here and turn this pump off. But she's sucking the bottom now. All right. So as you can see how high the water was in there. And this is, like I said, this is going to be the duck pond. So we are going to leave a few of them logs in there like that. But I am going to take out this little section right here. So they've got a nice good sized pond to hang out with. And then we're probably going to fence off this area around it. And I might even leave that section there just because it's kind of cool, and just level it out. Just like a little pier for them, you know. And but I am going to leave a bunch of those, some of those, I say a bunch of them. We'll leave some of them logs in the bottom of it, and I am going to dig it out a little bit deeper. You know, just because you can throw minnows off in there, and you know, there are crawfish everywhere in here. So, excuse me. You can see the water coming out of the ground right there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll clean it all up, and we'll make that happen here soon. We got to let it dry out a little bit over here. You can see all the little puddles, and eventually I'll be smoothing all that out, making all that happen. So we do have, sorry about the close-up of the fingers there. We do have some other stuff that's going to be happening. But like I said, my next goal is getting the carport fixed, at least so I can get it up and be able to get over here and start working on it. I got to get the ground to dry underneath there, y'all, so I can put the truck in there. So I ended up getting the engine and transmission separated yesterday, even though it was raining, and got it prepped. So now it's ready to go up on the stand, which is, you know, another one of my goals was to get that done and see what else we can get into. I've got one more camera I got to put up because now we pretty much got the whole Gemstead covered. So the one camera that's way up on the pole out there, you can't see down the road because the bushes are so high, but at least we can kind of get an idea if somebody's coming up on there, be able to zoom in on them. If you ain't supposed to be here, we're going to know you're there. And also, we're going to get your tag number. So don't trespass on the Gemstead, okay? Just so you know. Little of advice there for you. One other thing, let's see. Oh yeah, and I will be digging the trench for the wire for the pergola here soon. I've got a little more dirt. You see the pile of dirt here. I got that, and that's going to fill in the low spot right in the middle. And then all I got to do is just start smoothing it out. I'm going to start setting rocks, and I'm hoping to start doing that sometime this week. I got to get the rest of this water draining out here, though. You can see there's still settling right here, and that's only because I had to run the backhoe the other day to help get Sean out from all that storm damage. And I'm loving it. So we'll get in here and get this going here real soon. Just let it dry. It'll dry. I swear. Well, the man keeps telling me. It's gonna dry out soon, I promise. So I have been watching a bunch of them weather channels, you know, like Max Velocity, and there's one other one that I watch a lot, and he's real good. And he was saying the other day that this is just very, very unusual. Like just for the month alone, we're 9 inches over our normal rainfall last month. So, I mean, 9 inches for this area is a lot of rain, you know. So if we're over 9 inches in 1 month, just imagine what we are overall. I don't even know what that number is. I think it's in the 30s, 30 or 40 inches. So, you know, that's more rain in a year than most of the states get, you know. More rain in a few months than most of the states get all year. So, yeah, no, I know words are hard, y'all. That's White Rock. Jason will tell you, words are hard. But anyway, so I'm also going to be working on the window now that I finally got I think I got all the stuff to do it, to get the window finished up and sealed up. We've decided we're only going to raise it up 5 inches, just enough to get a plug in there. And also, we can have, you know, 2 or 3 outlets down that wall, and then I'll go ahead and get that finished up. So they're saying we're supposed to get more rain in 3 or 4 days, so I don't know, but we're going to find out. Anyway, like I said, we got cameras up, and I'll show you one other one we did here. That one's pretty obvious to see, so I figured, you know what, I can show you that one. So I thought that little sign up there says, "Welcome to our homestead," was pretty cool. One of y'all sent that to us, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So, yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear the siren or not, but this morning, there was a whole bunch of sirens racing down through here. And then about 200 or 300 motorcycles. So let's pray it wasn't one of the motorcycles that had a bad day. Yeah, that was an ambulance flying by there. So, like I said, there was about 200 or 300 of them that come by here because it sounded like a tornado was about to come through. There were so many of them at one time, and then they started fading out and stretching out a little bit. But I'm hoping that wasn't one of them that had an issue, because that ambulance is coming from where they were at. So let's pray that everything's okay. So other than that, I think we're going to call it a day. You got to see the storm damage from the big tree. If you haven't seen it already, I'm sure it was over there on Rachel's channel, Rachel and Sean's channel. Back to good. But you'll see it from my perspective. It really didn't take us as long as I thought, which was a good sign. It only took us probably about an hour or so, all total. and it went fairly fast. At least got it out of the road. We still got a lot to do. It'll take us another 3 or 4 hours to cut it all up and get it all great. But there are some huge logs in there, and I plan on doing something cool with them. So anyway, we'll see. Oh, here comes another ambulance. Let's walk out here and see if make sure it's an ambulance. That almost sounds like a cop there. So maybe they're going to a different, something different. We'll find out in just a second. That's one thing we don't hear a lot of out here. Oh, that's highway patrol. So, all right, well, let's pray everything's okay with there. Because that's about the only time we hear of any sirens or anything, is ambulance or cops, racing to an accident. But it is nice living out here because we don't hear it that often. So when you do hear it, you got to go check it out. That must not have been very far down the road because the siren quit already. So anyway, let's go ahead and call it a day on this video. Tomorrow we got some more sunshine coming. Nice cool day. High of 74 or something like that. So that's going to be nice. And I'm going to get some other stuff done. We'll see where it goes from there. Just see, it all depends on how dry it gets. So don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.